Okay, so yesterday we took 5 kids, me and my boyfriend, to Hurricane Harbor for my stepdaughter's 9th birthday. Granted, we paid $350 for 2 adults, 5 children. So we're expecting to at least have a wonderful time. But in the time that we're having fun, it's also absolutely miserable. So we get in, and we're paying for a locker. The locker only gives you $2 change, so you have to make sure you have singles. And we already put our 2 5s in, so we were at $10 and needed a dollar. And still only had a $5 bill on it. So I go and get change. And the time I'm getting change for the locker, it cancels our transaction. So not only do I have to go to guest services once, but I gotta go twice. No big. That's not the big deal. Alright, so we finally get our locker. We're hanging out, we're having fun. When the miserable part starts is when we tried to get food. Okay. Well, I personally stood in line for at least an hour, hour and a half in the line. Yeah. And I finally get my food. I'm hot, I'm sweaty. All I want is a freaking cold drink, right? So I sit down with me and my boyfriend's food. My boyfriend's in the other line getting food for the kids and waters. Well, he finally comes back to the table after him standing in line for about an hour, hour and a half in the hot sun. And granted, let me remind you, they didn't have their misters on, so we're literally standing in 106-degree freaking hot sun. Alright, so then my boyfriend finally gets back to the table with the kids' food and the waters. And we're already sitting outside in 100-degree weather. I'm thinking we're gonna get cold water. Or at least something semi-cold. And he sets the water down. They're hot. They're just as hot as it is outside. And it's like, really? I already spent $350 to enter this place. It is 100 degrees outside. You already made me wait an hour, excuse me, an hour and a half in line for mine and my boyfriend's food, and then an extra hour and a half for my boyfriend to get food for our kids. And the food ain't cheap there. And so I take the hot waters and walk over to the stand where my boyfriend got them. And I finally get attention from a lady, and I said, "Excuse me, can I please have cold water? These are as hot as if they were just sitting out in the sun for hours." She goes, "I'm sorry, we just restocked." Okay, well, maybe you should be paying attention to how much you're restocking and restock a little bit faster, because nobody wants hot water in 100-degree weather. So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." And so I asked her if I could have a cup of ice. You know what that bitch told me? To go stand in another line for a fucking cup of ice. Okay, so right there, I'm already pissed off a little bit, because I'm already overheating and just want cold water. So finally, we just finish eating, drink our hot ass water, and go play. Well, we're standing in the lines, and we realize that we're standing in this line for almost 2 hours. Nobody is telling us what's going on. Not a lifeguard, not anything to tell us if the slide's shutting down or if they're having any difficulties, so that if there is something going on, we can go off to another ride instead of wasting 2 hours standing in a line for a ride that's malfunctioning. Like, you're Six Flags. Get your shit together. Did you just buy Waterworld and not fucking do any, like, fixing on it? Like, come on. And not only were we standing in line for 2 hours for that ride, the next ride we go on, which I honestly remember this one, the Anaconda. And we finally get on it, and we're standing in line. And there's these so-called employees hanging out at the park. But they're not working, okay? Not in uniform, don't have any type of ID to prove that they're working there. Honestly, me and my boyfriend think that they knew the lifeguards, and the lifeguards were just letting them, cut and run past everybody and take as many freaking turns as they wanted to. And so me and my boyfriend say something. We're like, hey, how come, what's so special about them? Why do they are being able to cut everybody and just run up to the top? And I mean, they ran past us 3 times since we've been standing in this line. Everybody should get a turn. And they go, oh, they work here. They're just coming up here to take the rafts down. I know it looks bad, but our supervisor told us that they could help. Yeah, it looks horribly bad, especially when we have to stand in line for almost 30 minutes to an hour just to take a 2-minute ride. But these guys, since they supposedly work here and helping take down the rafts, they can just run past everybody and cut people. No, if that's big of a problem, why don't you tell people on the bottom not to have people bring up rafts anymore until the ones are empty up there, so that people don't have to carry rafts up the fucking stairs. So me and my boyfriend look at these lifeguards that are teenagers, and we're like, oh, you need help taking rafts down? Okay, we'll be right back up to help you with that, and we'll just cut everybody in line and help you take down the rafts. Do they have an answer? Did they say anything? No. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then every time we got into the wave pool, they closed down the wave pool for 15 minutes every hour. They were completely overcrowded that they didn't even have parking there. People were parking in the dirt lots because we were so overcrowded at Hurricane Harbor. And this is not the park's fault, obviously. But then again, it kind of is, because there's regulations and there's a dress code saying that you're not supposed to be showing off too much fucking skin. But they're letting these girls who are 12, 13, 14 years old walking around in goddamn thong bathing suits. Where are your freaking parents? I'm sorry, but when I'm standing in line and you're above me on the stair above me, I'm sorry, but your naked ass is in my freaking face. And you're only a teenager. Cover that shit up. Okay? You're the one who is walking around with your ass hanging out. What do you think people are going to do? They're going to freaking look. You're going to have creepers looking at your ass all day. Is that what you really want? Yes, I get it. Feminism. Oh, don't let the guy look at you. Oh, the guy's wiring is all wrong. Since when has a guy not looked at a girl's ass? Come on. Even from the freaking 1900s. They were looking at girls like they were freaking a piece of meat. Look at the caveman days. They used to freaking drag their women around by the goddamn hair. Like, men, they have dirty minds. Women, get over it. Girls, cover your shit up. Hurricane Harbor, get your shit together.